How's everybody doing?
How's everybody doing? And welcome to a special release party. So everybody dance. Let's go.
Thank you, Lewis.
Okay, enough of that.
Cool.
Nice.
Well, as you know, yesterday we've released our debut album. And it's funny because I was checking my Facebook today, and it's exactly...
Timon.
Timon is here. That's nice. Oh, yeah, you know, here's Timon.
There he is.
Yeah, that's the guy who mixed our shit, who had the patient. Well, never mind. So I was checking my Facebook today, and it's exactly 2 years since we actually announced that we have a band together.
Ah.
Yeah, it was
Really now?
2 years. What happened since? A lot of Corona. Corona.
Cronings.
Well, you know, the recording process of this album took a while. Actually, also because of the pandemic. I mean, you guys know, you were there.
As did the writing process, right? I mean, we didn't come up with this stuff in just a few months, but we took our time to actually create something and develop something we were all happy with. And I mean, it took us some time and some additive composing to get to the stage where we felt comfortable recording this stuff and put the icing on the cake in the recording process. And that took a while. Exactly.
I have to say that, you know, when we decided that we're gonna, really go for this and really make an album, then the writing process actually didn't take that long. It's a mindset thing, you know, because in the beginning, you know, if you're writing for just, you know, for yourself, well, you know, there's no reason, you know, for you to, you know, to push yourself. And that's it. And so we recorded the drums actually in the summer of 2020. And we have Lewis Hale.
Hi, Lewis.
What up, Lewis?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, great decision. Well, of course it is. And
hey!
There's Bart.
Our good buddy Bart. Welcome.
Yeah. And which brings me to the next subject, Bart. Because initially, the story of this band started in, I think it was 2016. And I remember I was in Munich. We were in Munich with Textures. And back then... by the way, it was the same day or the day after there was like a shooting there, in a shopping center, and we had to play a gig, and we all know that Textures was about to disband in a few months, and I sat and I talked to Bart because I really wanted to keep, you know, working with him, and let's just do something, you know. And the initial thing was, let's just form a thrash band. Yeah, thrash band. And actually, let's form a thrash band and let's ask Yuma. It was like that.
Yes.
Yes, and he said yes.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Let's do it, he says.
Let's do it. Hi.
Yes.
There you are again. So, that... What else? And then, you know, we had to wrap up textures, and that also took a few months. Remember that, Daniel?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
So, yeah. And we started writing, and we always thought that we were going to be like a thrash band, like but as you start to write, and then some material is being piled up. Then you realize, I just want to do a bit more than just thrash. I actually have a lot more to offer. I was, fuck it. I'm just gonna write it, and let's see what comes up. By the way, should we tell the whole story now, or shall we cut to a song?
Well, maybe we should just play a song.
Yeah, let's actually start our album, The Drought. And then I'll just I'll continue with the story after the first song. So the first song of the new album, Send Your Words, which who opens an album with an acoustic number?
We do.
Yeah, we did.
And we did, and it's the old Pink Floyd trick. Because we made enough albums, the four of us, that the first song is like an elbow in your jaw.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay. We'll do it in the next album, but let's make this one special. All right?
Yeah.
So here's the first song. Enjoy yourself. Send your words.
Send your words.
There's a shadow behind you, the silhouette of affliction. Overpassing much, devoured by fantasies. Didn't want to stand still when weakened by blistering yearnings and strange sounds. Stir the air of my night, snap and gone. So far gone. Intimidating you in the mornings, in the room below you, the silhouette of affliction. Overpassing much, devoured by fantasies. Didn't want to stand still when weakened by blistering yearnings and strange flames, illuminated by night spark and gone. Heartbeat so far gone.
Ja, toch, ja, toch.
Yeah. So.
Well put, Lewis.
Yeah. Yeah. The calm before the storm. Yeah.
Calm before the storm.
Yeah. And I just asked Robin to put some fretless on this. I mean, I was like, put some bass on it, Robin. And he was like what? Fretless? And then I went like, sure.
Maybe.
And then he went like, okay.
And man, did he put on some bass.
And then I was like, oh, that's nice. I'll take it.
This one.
Take it.
Yeah, that's nice. So that was Send Your Words. Anything else? I mean, yeah, acoustic songs. The acoustic guitars I recorded actually right here where I sit, where I sit now.
Sitting right now.
Yeah, on this exact chair.
Lovely 12-string.
Yeah, exactly. This is one of the few times I will have to thank my sponsors here, Ibanez, for providing me and actually us just amazing instruments. So thank you very much.
Ibanez.
Yeah, thank you, Ibanez. Yeah, you know, send your words. That is a song that I wrote about, and I wrote for my parents, which I don't see them that often. And actually, send your words is just, just keep talking. Send your words. And the last line of the song, send your words every day, you carry me in your pocket. Well, of course, everybody carries each other in their pocket. So that was that. Okay, so back to our story about forming this band. Well, time has passed, and I was working with Bart and Yuma, Bart Hennepel from Textures, about forming a thrash band. And then I figured, well, I just have a lot more to give than just thrash. And by the way, I could never imagine myself coming up with like 45 minutes of thrash music. I don't know. Is that fun? Is that fun for anyone? I don't know.
Probably a couple of people in here will say, yes, yes.
Well, I don't know. Looks like we have a question. Who did the keyboard stuff? No, actually, I programmed it on my phone while sitting on the toilet. No. I just, just like.
And now
No. I just programmed it, and I'm not the best, but I know how an organ should sound. I'm not the best keyboard player, but it's all programmed. Every keyboard like stuff.
Except?
Is there something which
somewhere else on the record, right? Uri.
Is Uri on the record?
He did something. You forgot?
Well, Uri didn't. Oh yeah, we'll get to that soon. No, but he didn't play. It didn't play anything.
Oh really? I thought he did. Sorry.
No.
You're
well informed. See?
Yeah.
So what did he do then?
What did he do? Well, in Gilbert, that kind of symphonic part, symphonic, orchestral, whatever.
Yeah.
I sent him the MIDI and I was like, dude, do you have like sounds? And he was like, sure. And he was like, I'll get to that. And then he sent it back and I was like, cool, nice, I'll take it.
That's cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Here's $5.
$5. Here's $5 Canadian. Yeah.
Dollar bill, y'all.
Okay.
Wow.
During the rehearsing, we actually rehearsed with Bart and Yuma a few times, and during that rehearsal process, I guess that it's not like we had like a breakdown. I can say that Bart felt that he just needed to do his own music, and he should, by the way, and he's amazing at that. But that was a point that I kind of, since I actually brought a lot of material, I had, okay, what am I going to do with this? And some of it was not really fully formed. Some of it was, but not everything. So we decided to part ways. And hold your thought. This is the moment, I think, which is better. I think would be cool to cut to the next song, right?
Cliffhanger, I like it.
Donald.
Yeah.
Greetings from Holland.
Let's see. Greetings from Ireland. Touring.
When and where?
Wow.
Cliffhanger.
We're working for something about something for we're working on something for after the summer. Let's just put it like that. We don't have any dates or anything.
Not yet.
Last time we've been to Ireland, Daniel, refresh my memory.
Dublin.
It's always Dublin.
And we played there.
We played the Button Factory once with Textures, and there was another club. Can you remember?
At the Button Factory, we played together with Amorphous, and with our friends from Greece.
Yeah, Poem the band.
Poem, yeah. And let me check. Textures, Ireland.
It was something with lounge, Voodoo Lounge.
Could
Is there
be.
a Voodoo Lounge?
Was that Ireland?
Textures, Dublin.
Yeah,
Have
is
we
there a
played
Voodoo
somewhere
Lounge
else?
in...
Art, do you know that?
There's a club in Ireland.
That's a
In
last,
Ireland, in Dublin that we played.
To the Moon tour.
Okay. I think it was Voodoo Lounge.
It could be. I'll check. And I can check on the...
Textures played in Dublin. Yeah.
And Textures did, yeah. Let me see.
That's right. Voodoo Lounge, yeah.
The Voodoo Lounge in Dublin,
Yay.
Ireland.
Voodoo Lounge.
13, Thursday, 16th of November in 2017. Long time ago.
Long time ago.
And Temple Bar Music
Temple
Center.
Bar. Did we play
Temple
there with
Bar?
Ecdysis?
I believe so. Did we?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
I was trying to look up where we played with Ecdysis, but I can't
Temple
remember.
We did
We
play there
played
with
with,
Ecdysis. You guys were the
Yes.
direct support act.
Exactly.
Was that with you? Because I thought we played there with the Obscura tour.
Oh.
Ooh, dude, that is like exactly 10 years back.
A long
So we
time.
might have also played back then. But yeah, we also did with Textures. And well, I mean, to get back to Donald's original question, of course, we're hoping to take this album on the road. And as Joe stated, we're trying to go starting in September. But as you can imagine, the whole world being in a shit show for the past 2 years, there's a lot of postponed tours from bands all over the world that are like starting to make the tours happen, or actually finally play the tours they had planned in 2020 and 21. So like especially with more and more countries opening, there will be like a surplus of bands and tours like actually happening. So we are trying to see what fits us and what works. But I mean, we definitely like to go on the road for sure.
Yeah, I spoke with a booker like in the past month. And was, oh, nice, I would love to have you, but in a year, because and he said, I cannot give you guys like a weekday show now because it's so full,
Fully packed.
fully, yeah. So there's another thing here. So I want to say Scotland. That was our last show in Scotland, and that was in Glasgow. And I was sick that show. I played the show with fever.
And you were almost hallucinating, I remember.
Yeah, that I played the wrong.
Oh, wow.
But I played fine, but you know.
Yeah, it was Asho. Yeah, bud. Hey, but we were at...
Sorry. So back to the story.
Song, right?
We were working with Bart, and that was a moment when we decided, okay, let's split up and just, you know, let's think about it, because Bart needed to do his own music, and it's better for him to, you know, just work on his stuff. But anyway, so we were at that crossing, and this is where we'll leave it. Okay, next song will be Ecdysis. Ecdysis is the second single we released off of this album. It came out 14th of January this year. Did it make a splash?
Did it make a
I
splash?
don't know. I think Ecdysis is one of those songs. I mean, we have two of those on the album. This one is, which are kind of more in the more textures like, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
There's Ecdysis, and there's also a limited number of heartbeats, which are kind of more textures like. So two is enough. So just two, yeah. And anyway, here we go. Ecdysis. Enjoy.
Ecdysis.
Ecdysis.
And
by the way,
because Ecdysis.
Ecdysis, yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard Ecdysis, a few times
Ecdysis.
on a podcast. So here's Ecdysis and Ecdysis, if that's your thing. There we go.
Yes, I love eating my own crust.
Oh yeah, where is that? Yeah, eating your own crust. Who eats his own crust, by the way?
We do.
Well, I don't know if it actually eats his own crust. But you know, a snake sheds its skin, and by the way, the skin shedding process is called ecdysis.
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 Ta-da.
It's Ecdysis.
Ecdysis, yeah. This is a song about a person that he doesn't know if he actually wants to take part in modern life. It's skin, and by the way, the skin shedding process.
Never get out of
my
your
turn?
own.
Oh, I hear myself. Oh, there's a delay. Modern life.
Uh-oh.
Who's is it? Is it you, Daniel?
Yeah, it's me. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. Funny joke.
Okay. Fun joke. Anyway, there's a question here from Bart. Bart. Love the guitar sound, man. Is it all your Kemper or other amps too? Well, here goes. The story of the guitar sound of the Drought, or how they call it in Scotland, the Drought. Yeah. I really wanted to just record the entire album on my Kemper. I figure out how to record the DI signal with the Kemper, just how to split the signal. So I recorded just like just my preset plus a DI for whatever. Maybe I want to reamp with another sound. And I took it to Timon, and he said, that's cool and all, but I just cannot get that sound. I cannot get it to work. So I was like, okay, we still have the DI, the clean guitar tracks. So what are we gonna do? I told him, I also have an amp. I said, oh, you do you? I have a Bogner here. I said, oh, cool. Come over, bring your amp. And I did. So we basically took my amp and we plugged it in directly into his interface, the Bogner Uberschall, directly into the interface, and we just, instead of cabinets, we used an amp cabinet simulator and impulse responses. So it's coming from the amp, like the tone, and then the rest is digital. So it's a mix of digital and analog. So it's basically an amp connected directly into an interface. What do you know? And then he was like, okay, this is a sound that I could definitely work with. And I'm really happy with that, because I didn't really thought I would ever use the Bogner again, especially on recording. And he managed to pull it off. And there's another. Here's one final request: when you have T-shirts made up, do you have your middle-age spread?
4XL. Oh, wow.
Middle-age spread. That's my favorite thing to eat in the morning.
Nice. That is just great.
That is lovely.
Love it.
Anything else to say about Ecdysis?
Ecdysis.
Guys,
Ecdysis.
Ecdysis.
Trying to think of something, but I mean,
no. Well, It's one of those textures-like songs that in the album it has some textures elements, like that thrashy middle section with gang shouts in irregular places.
Which isn't necessarily a textures invented thing, right? I mean, I think we do draw inspiration from similar bands as the guys, meaning you, Joe, and Daniel and Bart, did in textures as well. I mean, we do find common ground in various bands we love, and we decided there is a lot more ground to, or a lot more to discover in that realm. So yeah, Ecdysis in that sense yeah, I mean, it's okay to mention textures, right? And I think a lot of reviewers did as well, which is totally fine. We don't have to hide it or something.
No,
because-
and we are always going to be compared to textures, whatever. Doesn't matter what kind
Whatever
of music
we
we
do.
will put out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. You are always being compared to your to your past projects, and that's fine. That comes with the job.
Yep, totally fine.
Yeah. Let's see. There's another rhythm guitars, double tracked or more. Double tracked. One right, one left. That's it.
Yeah.
Splittity split.
I really
that's
like the
it.
fact that you opted to do that, Joe, because we of course we've had a lot of talks, right, when composing the music and then getting it to its final form and shape, which was an awesome process to do. But I do remember you talking specifically about wanting to only do double tracking, so one left, one right, as to leave more space for the bass guitar actually, and have the bass guitar sound, really take up its
Place in the mix.
yes, but it's like earned place in the mix. I mean, Robin, to put a feather in his ass. I've been playing with Robin for over 15, 16 years now, but he has I think he did a excellent, wonderful job at knowing when to follow the riffs, which are difficult as hell sometimes to begin with, but then also take little spots to fill it in with fills, with licks and stuff. You know, knowing when to hit a high E string as opposed to a low E. You know, when to go to a low B as opposed to a high B, etc. So I as a drummer, I'm really happy with how the bass and guitar section turned out, and that's partly because the guitar sound awesome and massive, but it's luckily not overbearing or something like.
No, and the thing, exactly what you're saying, a great deal of the thick of the guitar sound is the bass sound, is the presence of the bass in the mix.
Yeah.
That's a part. The bass. Timon just worked it out beautifully.
Yep.
Yeah.
Speaking of Timon, he has
Speaking
an
of
interesting
Timon,
question.
Yeah.
Question for Joe.
Yeah. Where does your
Question for Joe.
love of rotary effects on clean guitars came from? Well, 70s prog.
He ate a Hammond. Oh,
Frog.
Yeah, 70s prog. Yeah. I intentionally didn't wanted to use the those modern sparkly cleans that you hear everywhere these days, which respect, or the Meshuggah kind of chorusy clean, or more of the genty cleans, which are also known as Milton cleans, by the way, for the people at home. If anyone, never mind.
Milton Keynes?
Milton cleans, yeah.
Milton Keynes.
There's some people will get it, but mainly 70s prog. And I also heard, Steven Wilson talks about his clean sound, and he said, his clean sound is just it's clean with just a bit of overdrive, and it has like a gentle like phaser just running through it. And he was like, listen to it, it's in motion. I was like, it's in motion. So that's it. 70s prog and some Steven Wilson talking about his sound. And I'm just more attracted to that kind of sound than the modern cleans. The modern cleans, you can hear them now actually in so many bands. That's okay. Yeah. And exactly. And S. Wilson, love his mode. Yeah, that's right. He does.
He does.
He sure does. Continuing the story of the band, we decided to split up, and I was like, I have this pile of songs, and I had, some of them were formed, some of them were not, and I was like, okay, shit. Then I called Yuma, and then he said hello.
Hello?
then I said, "It's Joe," and then he said, "Joe who?"
Don't know any Joe.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
right. Yeah, but yeah, that's right. But anyway, yeah. So whoa. I told him, Yuma, I have these songs and I have like a few more. If I'm gonna just finish them, will you record drums on them? And he was like, sure, of course. And
Happy to.
then I started actually writing with writing and finalizing some of the songs with Yuma. I would send him stuff, and he would write comments, and I would just work the stuff according to his comments, and which is very helpful also for other people writing. Just don't be afraid. Send your raw demos to friends or whatever, and ask them, is it any good or is it monkey droppings? Just let me know.
Yeah.
So
Which is a fantastic process, I think.
Yeah.
If I can elaborate a little bit, because I
go
was
ahead.
super happy that you actually, well, not only allowed, but you were actively asking for feedback and opinions, which I think is a great thing, right? I mean, when writing by yourself, of course, one can churn out lovely music, but it's the collaborative effort, I think, that the sum is more than its parts, and I think it turned out with this album as well, and the way we could talk about music or go back and forth about little details and what we would like that part to represent and stuff was actually for me a very fun process. If you, of course, right, we've known each other for some time as well by now.
Almost 10 years, yeah.
Exactly. And the fact that we are good friends outside of the band already made the process a process without ego, and that's awesome. It's just about writing music, pitching ideas, and then just seeing what idea would turn the other on.
Yeah, and I know that my ideas are not always the best, but I just want to, I really, because I've been in, in many bands in the past, and I was never really good at being in the band, especially taking criticism. This is something I really had to not only learn. I actually force myself now to accept criticism, because it's never nice, but you can get used to it.
Well, yeah. And I'm happy you did.
Yeah, and this is something I do have ideas. I know for a fact they are not the best ideas all the time. They're not the
most of the time they are, though.
Well, it depends on the situation, but sometimes they're not the best ideas for that musical situation, and I do need like a second pair of ears, or a third or a fourth, whatever.
To answer Lewis's question,
hello.
The thing is, when Joe said he had an idea, and he had a complete idea. So actually, he wrote all the lyrics. So if you want to have a question about the inspiration for the lyrics, the question will be directed to Joe. So Joe, come in.
When I approached actually Daniel and actually also Robin for this band, I'll get to Robin in a second because there's a funny story there. There's always no.
But I think I actually approached you. I think for this project.
You did, but the timing was funny, and I will tell you soon all about it. The lyrics, I didn't. There's one thing which I'm not really great at, and that's waiting on other people. And I wanted to, like, when I approached someone like a guitar player or a drummer, I was like, here's the part. It's all there. Do your thing. If you want to change something, please change it. That's good. But I don't want to, sit and wait for weeks until I'm not saying, to Daniel that, it would take like months until he would come up with lyrics, but I wanted to get this thing, already, moving, because when I saw Daniel for the first time, after I didn't see him for like 2 or 3 years after Textures, we were recording within an hour or something.
Yep.
Because I just wanted to have already material, I didn't want it to, sit and have some coffee and great. So maybe I'll send you something next week, or no, let's do it now. So that's it. So and by the way, here's something about writing lyrics. And Daniel, do you like writing lyrics?
Yeah, I do. But I have to say that thing is about inspiration for lyrics. You have to get in the mood, or you have to find stuff you want to write about, and sometimes you just don't have any inspiration. That is because of the timing of where you are at that moment. So sometimes you just don't feel like writing. But when I do, I want to make a story. Like in these lyrics, Joe also wrote stories, actually.
Most of them are stories.
Yeah.
And I think like only one of them is personal, and that's like the first song. But I found that the feeling of accomplishment, writing lyrics is very similar to writing a riff or a song. And I was like, especially when you bring something personal, you get the same amount of high as you get from like writing just like an instrumental part. I was amazed. I was like, shit. Okay. Wow. Okay, I don't know if it's good, but I'm writing about personal stuff that only I understand. Or other people, unless they would understand if I'll explain like the gist of it. But there's a serious feeling of accomplishment there when you really sit down and you put like those sentences together, and oh shit, that I can really relate to that. So I didn't, this is something I didn't really I knew of, So that's it, pretty much. Yeah. Woo.
Yeah. Maybe it's time for another song, huh?
Yeah, it's time definitely for another song. Oh, we're only in song 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the next song is Gilbert. Gilbert was the first single we released last year already. It's like half a year ago, something like that. We did had like a little discussion on which song we want to put out first. And that song has like a nice chorus, so that was out. Sure, we'll do that. And there was always like a thing with which single now, because all these songs are way too fucking long, for like a single. So okay. However, if you take the song and you just chop out the the instrumental middle part, then you have like a bit under 5 minutes, which is still too long for a single. Look at us, huh? Anyway, it's time for Gilbert, right?
Yeah, let's do
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
so yeah, let's go. Gilbert's time.
Business,
Okay.
Joe, thanks for putting 2 solos in that song.
Yes.
Oh, sure. We have a question for Robin.
Robin.
Yeah, about your bass setup. So I guess, like every bass player, you just rub fish oil on the pickups, right?
Yeah. And,
And chicken fat on the neck.
Yeah, but vegan chicken fat, so it's mostly made out of grass and sand.
And
Yeah,
hay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, my bass setup is pretty simple. Usually, I just use my Warwick bass with a compressor of dark glass, and I use the dark glass B7K for distortion, and it goes through my EBS amp effects loop. But for this album, I know Timon used something else, but I'm not exactly sure. I'm thinking it's a Mesa Boogie distortion thingy. Yeah, because that worked in the mix a little bit better. But yeah, it's a pretty easy, straightforward setup, actually.
Yeah, but of course, you need to play like Robin, huh?
Extra
Yes.
Yeah, maybe. But I think the dark glass does a lot.
Yeah, the dark glass, of course, Daniel, we have a friend here in the chat.
Theo. I see him.
Yeah,
Theo
exactly.
Oldtimer.
Would you like to introduce our old friend?
Yes. Theo, for
Theo.
probably a lot of people who know me from my early ages or the dark ages in metal, I didn't start as a singer in the Textures. There was actually a band I started in before, and that was with Theo, and it was called Silice, which we toured extensively throughout the world as well. So yeah, and he's a great guitar player. So hello, Theo.
Well, he's actually also my previous bandmate.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Because I was in Chile
I was in Chile as well. In the early
Small
stages.
world.
Yeah.
Small world, after all.
It's funny because when Silice went on their very long European tour, I replaced Theo at his position at the one of the local music schools in Amsterdam where he teaches.
Yeah.
So I took his place I filled in for him for 3 months when he was on tour. So well, that's the thing, here in the Netherlands, the group, the people actually who are doing this kind of music, like Silice, like Textures, like what else? Yeah, also the guys from Ecdysis. I mean, we know each other. It's a small group of people. Yeah. So for us, playing together, I played together with Daniel in Textures. I played with Robin. Also in Textures. In Textures, exactly.
Well, yeah.
But there's a funny story there because I met Robin back in 2007 because we were playing together in the Amsterdam production of the Blue Man Group.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
For the people at home, the Blue Man Group was like a theater group from New York. They had this just like an act there. These 3 blue dudes. It's still happening, but the show kind of went international. So we played in the Amsterdam production of Blue Man Group for almost a year.
Yeah.
And this is actually where I got to know Robin. Theo will get to your question in just a minute. So and when I was when I met Robin, and Robin was like, I play in this band with called Ecdysis, and the drummer is Steph from Textures. But he was already talking about going to the States and playing with Cynic, because I think there was something already brewing around that time. Do you remember?
Yeah, maybe at the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's your timeline.
Yeah, but I think I joined Cynic a few months after Blue Man Group quit. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because I didn't know that Robin knew all these people, and some of them I knew. I also knew. So that, and still know. So that's funny. Just goes to show you how it's actually a small group of friends here.
Yeah.
So Theo, your question. Second solo sounds like Steve Morse on acid. And influence. I don't really listen to Steve Morse a lot. Of course, I know that he's been around since the 70s, and he's playing with Deep Purple for like 20 years, or more even actually, 30 years. But no, it's just someone went to Wikipedia. Good.
That was actually a really awesome show. I remember.
Okay.
I was super psyched about that show because it was in a really weird venue, in a bunker type place. But the show and the crowd was great. I remember.
Warsaw.
Yeah.
It was. I think I played there as well. With Textured, we also played there. Wow.
Yeah.
So going back to the question, no, the influence isn't Steve Morse. Okay, we have someone in the audience knows the answer.
Progressia. Yeah.
Progressia Club. Yes, thank you, Lucas.
Yeah, thank you very much. You won, a free can of Coke Zero.
Shedding the anger cure. Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Shutting the anger tour. I guess this was probably shedding it. Yeah, that was the last tour I think before I joined the band.
Yes, you did. Yes.
Probably. Anyway, no, about that solo, I just like to follow the chords. I don't know if Steve Morse does that. I guess he does. But thank you for mentioning the solo, and thank you for enjoying it. Tabs for the solos are available.
I think Theo was asking if acid is an influence, not Steve Morse.
Well, it's exactly. Well, it's kind of what is it? It's not acid, but it's a combination of green tea and just car exhaust fumes.
Exhaust.
That's right. That's it.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so let's go back to our story. I had these songs, and Yuma was involved with writing very much, and I was wait a second, and here's the question. Okay, and to that I can only say,
Never know.
well, actually, a better answer would be.
Thing is, you'll never. The thing is, I think you'll never know. The thing is, yeah.
We don't know.
Never say never.
Never say never. We just know that probably not anytime soon.
Yeah.
But we are in touch with each other. Of course, we still have the WhatsApp group on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, it's not a secret that some of the Textures members were actually involved in the making of this album. Some, Bart co-wrote like 2 songs here, and Uri was also involved in the song Gilbert, and of course our good buddy Remco, bassist of Textures, designed all the artworks for the singles and for the album itself. By the way, who's Gilbert? There isn't any Gilbert. It's like this. This song is written about me just suffering, waiting on people. So I kind of took that, state of mind, and I kind of put it in a story where there's like a company what is it? An insurance company? Oh no, it's a construction company actually.
What?
And they're trying to get like a thing moving, just like a project. But there's one, person that just doesn't want to, it doesn't want to communicate with the rest. It doesn't want to, just doesn't want to work with the rest, and then he decides to, basically to take off. And then later he comes with demands, if you want me to rejoin, blah blah blah, please consider that. And the boss is like, I just rather, have you out of this project so we can move forward as, as a flourishing business. So it's not a big story, but it's just, I just don't really enjoy waiting on people.
Wishing. Yeah.
Okay, so Yuma was involved. Blah, blah, blah. We needed the vocals, and actually, the most natural thing was approaching Daniel, because we know Daniel, and
one of the best metal singers to do it alive.
And I was kind of shocked when I approached Daniel that he wasn't in any other. I mean, of course, he's in Black Nazareth.
Yeah.
But no one actually. No other band actually kidnapped him. So
to be fair, there were questions about me singing in other bands, although I wasn't up for it back then, and I just didn't want to join another metal band. I was like, fuck that. Been there, done that. I'm gonna take some time. Even when the other guys from Black Nazareth asked me, I was like, yeah, let's see what happens. And eventually it turned out fine because it wasn't metal. I was like, yeah, refreshing for me.
Yeah, it's more hard rock, right?
Yeah, it's more hard rock. Straight on rock.
Yeah.
Little proggy sometimes.
No, but it's cool. It's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, also with known members, with Martijn Spierenberg from Within Temptation.
Within Temptation.
Yes, and with our good, very, very great guitar player, Menno Gootjes. He's played in the well-known old school
Focus.
And Focus. Yeah. So, that's my other band.
Yeah.
And then Joe came and he said, like, hey, dude, what are you doing now with metal vocals and such? And I was like, well, nothing. So we can give it a try. Let's do it. And then this happened.
Yeah, this happened. When I approached Daniel, I didn't know that, Yeah, you see this photo. This is what happens when you don't, use a pen, as you should,
Yeah.
Sharpie
on my face.
Is the Sharpie, yeah. I didn't know that it's going to be like such an album, and I didn't know where the songs exactly were going to go. But as soon as I knew that Daniel wanted to give it a go with the vocals, I was like, I have someone who can do so much. Let's just go for it and just try to exploit every a lot of dimensions in his vocals, and this is really what I wanted you to do, and you did, and it was great.
Yep.
And it's for the people listening, when we recorded the vocals for this album, a lot like more than half of what you hear on the album is actually Daniel's, like, it's the demo. It's basically his first or second pass, because Daniel he heard the vocals. Here's the line. Okay, how should I sing it? Scream it. Well, like that, I guess. Okay, just give it a go. And then he does it, and then I go like, okay, that's nice. I'll have that. And and by the way, Gilbert, the choruses,
song we recorded.
That's the very first thing we ever recorded. The very first thing we ever recorded was the chorus for Gilbert.
Yeah.
And what you hear on the album is actually from Daniel's very, very first attempt. He didn't know the song. I was like, Daniel, here's a vocal line. Go, sing, go, you'll be fine. And he's, sure, like that? Perfect. Good, I'll take it.
Lucas said, recorded to phone on the toilet.
Let's see. Let's put... recorded to phone on the... Oh, that because it has some effects, the vocals like.
Well, actually, when we said about where we recorded, the drums were recorded at Hilvarenbeek, right?
No, it was Kaatsheuvel.
Oh, Kaatsheuvel, sorry.
But it's the same thing. Don't worry.
Same Hilvarenbeek, Efteling. It's been recording in the Efteling.
Exactly.
Yeah, the Droomvlucht.
Yeah. But I was very pleased, and Daniel, I was like, next song that we're gonna do isn't going to be thrash. It's kind of more kind of rock. Sure.
Okay.
That was sure. Let's go. Here are the lyrics. Fine. What do you want? Because I recorded like vocal demos just with this very mic. I was like, here, Daniel, this is how you're kind of supposed to sing it. Just do your thing, this is the vocal line. Okay, like this. Then I was good. Like that.
And then No, I said, and then we recorded it here in my house, here in this.
Yeah, exactly. The very first thing, parts from Gilbert and the Drought were recorded in a music school I used to work. And because I didn't had I couldn't record vocals here at home, and it's before Daniel had his studio up and running.
This one.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the inside of Daniel's vocal booth.
Yes. Wait. Let me have to do the look.
Ah, nice.
Yeah, if Daniel can show us the inside of his vocal booth. Ah, that's nice. Daniel, fix your goddamn camera.
Should we play another song?
Yeah, thank you. Yes. Okay, so the
perfect
second
segue, I think.
Yeah, but Robin, you should be in show business. Good. The Drought and the first Drought, which, by the way, as I kind of follow now the trends, trends. There aren't any trends when it goes to Crown Compass, but I see that this song, the Drought, the first part, is getting a lot of attention, and I see that actually people enjoy it more than some of the other songs on the album. So great! I'm happy that you guys enjoy the song. This is the title track off of our album, and Daniel took off. He'll be back.
Bye, Daniel.
I'm gonna take a piss.
And then there were three.
Yeah, and then there were three. So let's just listen to the Drought, and it'll be fine. Daniel will recover. Daniel soon. Here goes the first Drought. Great. A lot of the vocals of that song were recorded in. Actually, are just the very first time Daniel actually sang that song. We did some touch-ups right before we sent it to mix, but that's basically it. And I wanted to do a song with predominantly clean vocals. And let's just do a slow song. Slow's good. We can do that. And by the way, Yuma, Robin, we've been listening to this song or to this entire album actually for like a few months now, and it's great because it only gets better, and I notice and I start to notice more and more details in the bass and in the drums. And I think it's amazing. Just and it's funny to know for the people at home. We never really rehearsed actually as a band. I mean, last time I played with Robin was just to check like a few riffs, and with Yuma as well. But that was like 3 years ago or something.
Yeah.
We did this whole album like just on a distance.
Online.
Online,
proof.
basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially in this song, Yuma, the drumming is superb.
Thank you, Saya.
And I think Daniel's back.
Hello.
Hello.
There he is.
Hello and welcome back.
Thank you. Finally got out of the vocal booth. Got stuck.
Yeah. Okay. So I
Sometimes.
back to the story.
Back to the red.
I was working with Yuma. Daniel joined, and then I was asked if I could. We didn't have a name or anything. I just had like songs and some lyrics, and shit. Okay, let's just record them, see what happens. I was invited to play in the European Guitar Awards thing, which is a kind of an annual thing here in the south of the Netherlands. And the person that would get would be awarded that year, that was 2019, was John Petrucci of Dream Theater. So I was like, okay, that means I would need to play in front of John Petrucci. And I was, oh, sure, Joe, you're going to play. What would you like to play? And I said, okay, one Texture song, and then let's do a new one. And I played Gilbert that day. A funny story about that performance. I was just getting ready just to jump in the car and just go to the venue. And I went upstairs, and my foot just slid right next to the bed. And then I just looked downstairs, and I see that my little pinky toe is just like this. Exactly. So I broke my pinky toe just right before going to the gig. So fuck, I cannot put my shoes on. But I know something which is rock and roll. I'll just put socks on. And then I put on my sandals.
Yes.
So I just took some painkillers, and then I went to the gig on my sandals. And of course, in the show, there was a house band. But there was like 2 weeks to prepare. And I told the production, fuck it, I'm going to play with, I'm just going to play with a backing track. I'm just going to take my laptop. So I played New Horizons by Textures. And on my socks, because I just broke my pinky toe. And I played Gilbert with program drums, the demo version, and it was instrumental. It was before we recorded vocals to it. And back then I also used the working title of the song. Anyone remembers what's the working song? The working title of Gilbert was? Ecdysis.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Ecdysis.
Pigeon rats, neck typhus. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And everybody really loved it. So, yeah. Anyway, why am I telling actually this story? It's not because I played I played Gilbert live for the first time in front of a sold out house. By the way, it's right after the show. I check my phone, and it's Robin, and I was like, "Dude, I mean, are you doing anything like musically? I mean, if you are, just let me know. Just want to see you, want to connect." So I was like, "Good call, Robin." Honestly, there isn't. I didn't have anyone else in mind but Robin before he approached me concerning bass, in Crown Campus, because I don't know anyone else which is more qualified to do this.
Aw.
And when Robin recorded the bass, I didn't have to explain anything. I was just to do it, just record it. It'll be fine, and it was.
More than fine, I think.
Yeah, more than
More
fine.
than fine.
More than fine. And it was important to me, actually, for every musician in the band to feel comfortable, and that that he will also have the feeling that he has enough room for self-expression. Especially with this kind of music, there isn't a lot of room for self-expression, but the room that you have, you claim it, just go for it.
Yeah.
And you can hear that in the bass, and you sure hear it with the drums, which I really love, And with the vocals, Daniel can do anything. It was like, do that, like that, yeah, good,
Like that.
like that, and. Let's maybe take it to the next song, since nobody is asking any question.
What are you asking?
Yes, more music.
Yes.
Yeah, more music. The next song would be Transborder Migration.
Transport migration.
Yuma wrote the main riff. You guys aware of that? On guitar.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Sick.
and how long was it?
Like the initial riff, you mean, or?
Well, what year was it?
Oh man, I think my first version of that riff, of that piece, well, 2016.
2016?
Ish. Yeah.
I heard it. I think I also heard it around that time. And I don't know if you programmed it or you actually played it, but it was actually a lot faster. I think it was like 280 or something.
No, not that fast. It was 245 beats per minute, which was ridiculous. And of course, I played it, but I did it like a non-guitar player with some recording and editing skills would do, and that's play note by note or two notes by two notes. So yes, I've been composing and writing riffs for various bands my whole life, and that's the way I do it. So I take way too much time to get a riff out of my head into the computer, and that's by playing note by note, and then you get riffs that are way too fast and almost impossible to play. And then luckily Joe came along and he did play it, and I don't know at what stage we've actually I think it was with Bart, because I did play it with Bart once, and then of course also with you, Joe. So we did play it with the three of us during one of our few rehearsals we've had together at the beginning, and then we decided it was a wise idea to slow it down quite some notches, and yeah, do not not die while playing it. And I think it turned out for the better, because it's still, I think it is fast. It's full of ridiculous accents and information. It's a high density song, which is in great part thanks to you, Joe, because you took the riff and I wrote, and you spiced it up with things I loved, with variations and stuff. and then added basically the whole other 70% of the song.
Yeah, well, is it right to say that this song is for a very long while, and maybe still is, a song that you really didn't want it to be on the album?
Yes.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
You actually.
That's important because I convinced. Well, let's put it like this: it's not like I convinced you. You did that for me, right?
Well, in a way, you did kind of convince me.
Well, I convinced you by Yuma. Let me just. Here's the song, like this. This is my version of your song. What do you think about it?
Exactly, and then I was happy again, and I'm glad it made it onto the album, actually.
Yeah, and actually, I got a few. Yeah, it turned out great, and I got a few private messages from people that told me that this is their favorite track on the album.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that!
One of my favorite songs.
I think I would agree with that. I think it's also my favorite song.
Wow.
Yeah.
My favorite is the Drought. Is the Drought, the previous one. But for now.
Yeah. Let's just play it. Thanks.
Yeah.
Let's just play it. And
this is thrash at its finest for us.
This is thrash at its finest.
Thrash.
Okay.
Thrash.
Thrash. Okay, let's go.
Let's go.
Migration.
Listen, gain is misreactions of past. drink, disappeared into the night. When it's cold that she vanishes, when it's worse she must stay. Such an unpredictable burn, 5 sleepless nights and no one ever noticed.
How was it recording bass for this song? Fun, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if fun is the exact right word, but I was happy when I was done with it. I remember that much.
That's fun, right?
It was fun when it was done. Yeah, no, it's super fast, and there's a lot of shit happening, and a lot of quick fills and riffs and small details that I wanted to nail. So it took a little longer than I planned it, but
yeah. I told you like before, you don't have to do any of that,
I do.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't.
I
didn't.
Oh.
I mean, you didn't. I mean, you don't. You can just, you know what most bass players do, like when they're in thrash band.
And that's exactly why I choose the other way.
I see. I see now. Only now I see it.
Which I'm very happy with.
But I think it's cool to add a little bit more as a bass player instead of just doing the groundwork. I think that's a big part of it, but it's cool to spice it up a little bit.
Yeah, because
spicing up, you did.
Yeah, in many bands, actually, the bass player is kind of a demoted guitar player, right? And you are definitely not the case.
Nope.
Yeah, that's that's what I don't want to be. So
yeah, good.
It's always a little bit it always sounds like the easy way out, and I don't like that. I want the hard way out.
Good. By the way, we have a question here, which is Steph still playing any?
Well, he's not active.
He's doing like this Dio, Ronnie James Dio.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, with Martijn Spierenburg and with Menno.
Okay.
Yeah, they come back again.
Okay. It's a cover band. I don't know. I know he's doing his own music. I'm not sure in what in what capacity.
Yep.
Let's see. And drama writing, borderline impossible.
Possible to play guitar versus.
Yeah, Yuma.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes,
by
let's
the way,
reverse the roles for once. Damn it.
borderline impossible. You strike a very interesting chord here because transborder migration is actually, I'm drawing a comparison between the seasonal migration of birds and women with borderline.
Here we go.
There you have it.
There you go.
Women in borderline, and also the men who attracted to well, they don't know that these women, certain women are suffering for borderline, but the men who have relationship with someone which has like a borderline issue, which is a serious issue.
Yeah.
It's definitely a serious issue.
Yeah.
Drought man.
So yeah, that's
A bass player is one of the most important members of the band.
of course
Yes, they are.
They are.
they are.
Are they?
Well,
Yeah, they are.
They are.
It can make your band extra special if
Yeah.
you have a terrific bass player.
Definitely.
Hey, we're
Yeah.
extra special.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Robin.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thanks.
Yeah, so that was Transborder. Let's go to the next song.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Seashells on the Sand. I'm just gonna. It's a short instrumental song, so I'm just gonna. I'll just gonna start it
Yeah.
off. And because it's instrumental, we can talk through it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, by the way,
It's so soothing.
Sound.
it's the first song out of 3 songs with water samples. So
Joe, did you record actual water?
no, I took no. I didn't. It's not. I didn't. Flush the toilet 30 times and recorded it.
You under the shower?
No,
Yeah.
I just went on the website and I took a few samples of wind and sea, and I kind of put delay and reverb on them, and I kind of stereoed them in a kind of put them in a kind of a certain I kind of blended them, and this little theme on piano
Yes.
is actually the same theme which appears in the end of the next track,
Yeah.
which is a trick Textures also did
Yep.
on their last album on
There
Timeless.
or Power Line. Yeah.
That's it.
Zaman and Timeless.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I didn't plan it like this, but I was like, shit, right? It's just like Textures. Oh, fine. They will.
Fuck it.
I'll just put it on the
Texas
album.
is not. Yeah.
Yeah,
Texas is
pick
not
up-
the first band to have done that as well, right? I
No,
mean,
definitely.
you have more prog bands actually creatively using the same motive, like musical motive, in different settings, which I think is an awesome thing to do. If you can get more out of it, or create like a red thread or a main thread throughout an album or multiple songs, by way of reusing motives and stuff, I think it's awesome, and I'm happy
yeah.
you did, and that's what I love.
And that's not the first time that it happens on the album, by the way, because the first song has a motive in it from the second song. The bridge section of Send Your Words, the guitar part is playing the vocal melody of the beginning of Ecdysis.
Yes.
But if you notice, if you didn't notice that's okay. That's for the scholars, like 100 years from now, they will pick it up, and it will be somewhere in a book.
Hopefully.
I have a picture of me. So back to the story of the band. Well, I said Robin actually asked me, are you doing something? And I told him, well, yeah, man. I'm doing actually something with Yuma for a while now. I would love to have you on board. And actually, that's the end of the story, because since then we just started working on the album, and a year later, Yuma was actually was already in the studio recording drums.
Yeah.
So that's it. And the next song is A Limited Number of Heartbeats, which is our third single, which came out a month ago. And this is one of the songs that Bart was involved. Oh, wait a second. We have a question. Do we have a question?
No question.
No.
It's my one of my favorite songs on the album. I really love the fact that we explored so much on this album. Not talking about vocal range and like going all places music wise, like harmony wise, melody wise. There's a lot of content on this album, but I think we naturally dialed it down a notch for this song. It just didn't require any sudden movements or sudden changes or something. It really felt natural, the way the song progresses. And again, I'm just like Joe stated earlier, it's really cool, this music and the way this album has come together. I enjoy listening to this album still, not because of my own parts, but because of the other guys. I still find out new tiny licks the bass player did, or the third or fourth harmonies on the vocal, or that extra guitar layer, or that solo again from Joe. And this is one of the songs I think showcases really well for me personally how we communicate musically on a certain level. Like each of us knows when to take a step forward with a tasty lick, or with a nice drum fill, or Robin knowing when to drop to a low B string to get that nice bottom end going at the right time on the right note. And this really feels like one of the lesser playful songs in a good way. Like, we like to be playful, but we also like to we also know when to stop or something. So yeah, I just love the song. Yeah.
Or not, it's important to actually to talk about Bart here, and that song, that chorus. Bart wrote the chorus for the song. He didn't write the lyrics, but he wrote the vocal line and the chord progression. And that song, at least that chorus, we were rehearsing that part with textures in the rehearsals for the Phenotype album. Back then, that section or that song used to be called Weasel Island.
Weasel Island, yeah.
Weasel Island. It's a little title I came.
It almost made it to the record, actually.
Almost made it to the album, and I told Bart when we still worked together, man, I really like that chorus. I really want to do something with it. Can I use it, please, Bart? Sure.
Yeah.
And I said, thanks. I'll have that.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll
have that again.
Yeah, and it's great. I couldn't pass out on a lovely chorus such as this. And here's the song, A Limited Number of Heartbeats. Let's go.
I'm gonna pee in the meantime.
Those the drums there at the end. It's amazing. It's very, very, very nice.
Well, thank you. It's only because you invited me to go a little bit nuts on the ending. So we did some extra takes, and one of them was this, and you said, "This is nice. Let's keep it."
This is nice.
This is nice. I'll have that. A limited
I'll have
number
that.
of heartbeats. There's like a little spelling thing here on this banner. Heartbeats. Heartbeats.
Oopsie.
Heartbeats.
We're exposed.
Heartbeats. Excuse me.
Very nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I heard on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Heartbeat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a direct quotation. He just
A limited number of heartbeats?
he said it exactly like that. But I had a song to go with this.
So he has. What?
Look, this song deals with the connection of depression and heart disease.
Wow.
Yeah, and
There you go.
probably most of people. I mean, only people who knows me knows that actually that during the drum recording, I had a mild heart attack.
Yes, he did, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not because the drums were so impressive. No.
And that would be I was so moved. But yeah, I wasn't there, on the last day because I was in the hospital.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, it's just a reflection of everything that went on with my with my health, and just after that little episode. But it's all good now. People have a limited number of heartbeats. Did you? Yeah, of course they do. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. There's a thing here we have to discuss. Yuma needs to go to bed.
Yuma needs to go to bed. It's baby time, man.
Yes, unfortunately, I need to go. I would like to say, though, thank you, everyone, so far for joining us on our little streaming release party adventure. And, of course...
Digital escapade.
Sorry?
A digital escapade.
Digital escapade. And I've got to go, but fortunately, the other three handsomes will stay until the end of the record, which is only two more songs.
Two more songs.
Two more songs, but actually, if you just, if you look at the amount of material left, it's actually like 5.
Yes, exactly.
That's
so-
how it goes.
Yeah.
So thanks again. And
Yuma has to go. Shit, man.
yes,
Bye, Uma.
Bye, Yuma. Talk to you soon.
Good-
We love you, buddy.
goodbye. Talk soon. I love you all, including everyone
you all.
watching. Thanks, and until next time.
Later, alligator.
Bye.
Bye, Yuma. Oh, you're still here. Oh, good. Nice.
Yeah, I misclicked.
Drought end.
Yeah. Hey,
Thanks, Johnny.
Amazing drumming on the album.
Thanks, Johnny. Appreciate it.
And Uma.
Oh, thanks. Bye.
okay. Let's just carry on with the
Yes, let's do that.
with the album. So the next song is the Drought Part 2. Let's talk about that little odyssey. These two songs. It's a story I made up. This is just the continuation of it. Basically, the first part of the song, it's about a woman, and she's It's not funny. There's a woman and she's being raped on the beach.
Yeah.
She's being raped on the beach, and there's like, there's a witness to that, to the rape. There's a, but I do keep it really vague there. There's a diver, and he was there. He just finished diving, and he's there, and he sees that woman being raped on the sand. However, I keep it vague. Is he involved? I mean, is he a part of it? So that's the first song. The second song, it's the continuation of the story. He searches for that lady, and he wants to tell her something. And when he finally finds her, she's on the ledge of her window. And then he tries to stop her. And then I was writing it, and I thought, what would be, how could I, I mean, this story is already not great. What can I add? What kind of Hollywood ending I can, So I mean, is he apologizing? What does he wants to say to this lady when she's she's standing on the ledge of a window? She wants to jump, but I decided I have no idea. So you know what? He gets hit by a truck, and he did, and she doesn't jump off the window. She just goes back to the place when she was
Sorry.
where she was raped. With a bottle of alcohol, and she takes she bathes in the sea, and this is basically the end of the song. So, for all of you young writers out there, if you can think of a way to end your story, have the protagonist have a collision with a truck. Anyway, here's a song about it. That's by the way the only song in the album that I kind of it's not really a song, it's kind of a riff salad. I mean, of course, you can say it about almost any song here that it's a riff salad, but this one is especially it's a big riff salad.
There's a lot happening.
It's a lot happening.
Yeah.
But I decided, let's just for that with just one song. Fuck it, it's not even a song. So if you don't approach it as a song, then it's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's just kind of make sure there's a nice flow there.
Yeah.
So getting hit by a truck. Huh? Anyway, here's the Drought.
Here we go.
Here we go. Part 2. Let's go.
The divers Get the set.
Yeah.
Timing.
Maybe that's gonna happen. Yeah, let's talk for a second about Timon. Huh? Okay, that was a second.
Timon.
Next subject. No.
Timon. Oh.
In the. Bye, Robin.
Bye, Robin.
In the. In the search for finding the right mixer for this album, I had no idea. I mean, actually, the first person I approached about mixing this was Jochem Jacobs, the previous guitar player of Textures, the person who I actually replaced. And he said, "Oh, thank you, I'm very flattered, but I'm out of the game."
Very much.
Still is. Yeah. So, I wanted someone who not only technically proficient, someone who understands different kind of music, who can mix extreme metal, but also like rock and acoustic stuff. And it's not like I knew Timon really well. I got to know him through this in this process, but it's amazing what he did. I mean, I couldn't. I couldn't wish for something else. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think his mixing skills are awesome. I remember when we started recording the album that I would really want to have Timon mix it, because I have plenty of experience with him mixing Ecdysis and Our Oceans and One God Less album and other projects that he did. So, and I know how extremely meticulous he is and how oriented in all the details and how he can layer all the instruments. And so, yeah, I'm really happy he mixed the album.
Mm-hmm.
Extremely. And also the communication with Timon during this process was just, I mean, we hardly ever, really talked on the phone. It was all just, texting. It's funny, how you can make an album these days, just digitally. I mean, we haven't played together, actually. I don't want to say never, but, this band. I mean, it will happen in the coming months, but funny that it didn't happen. And first thing we do is, record an album. Then you go and book shows. Then later, in the end, you rehearse. It's funny.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We are actually we are at the end of the album. So we have here another instrumental track. It's basically the old Pink Floyd trick. 2 acoustic songs. One is an opener. The other one is the closer of the album. I made this one instrumental, only guitar and a bit of samples. And it's basically a little acoustic jam. And since it's instrumental, you can talk through it. Go ahead. I know I will.
You know you would.
Exactly. And it's basically celebrating in an instrumental way the chorus of Send Your Words. That's the only way putting it down. And there's a little solo thing after that.
Yeah.
Because I had some guitars and microphones, so I was like, that wasn't really planned. I was like, sure, let's fuck around and see what happens.
Here we go.
So this is Send Your Words. Final track of the album.
Reprise.
Reprise. Oh, we said we're going to talk through it.
Yeah. Something in another world. Maybe that's the pot.
Here's the nice part. Yeah, this
Oh, yeah.
definitely makes it more of an album feel.
Yeah.
That you have an opener and closer, something that I kind of, do I really want to do that? Who listens to albums actually anymore? You guys, apparently. Surprising. Yeah, and about this, yeah, it can. If you're experienced enough, and you're very clear, and you're very
Yeah.
transparent with what you're about to do. Yeah, I want to do that. You can make it sound very dynamic. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although it's been 3 years since we played together, Robin and Daniel. Last time we played together was
Years back.
5, 6. I don't even know.
That's 5 years ago. 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know when Robin played. I think maybe in the year we played on for Remco when he had to stay home for his baby.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was the Fear Factory tour.
Yeah, true.
You played on the Brutal Assault job.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I did that a couple of times.
Oh yeah, a couple of festivals, right? And Robin is out. Robin is
out.
like,
oh,
there you go.
There it is.
Huh.
He defreezed.
Yeah, my internet freaked out.
Yeah. Last fanboy comment. Excellent.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I'm getting a lot. We're getting a lot of, especially in the last 2 days, and before that, but actually, especially since the album is out, CDs.
Yeah.
And are you serious? Oh, I guess you are. Okay, so we're gonna make CDs.
Copies.
Okay. Sure, physical copies. On it, you'll
LPs.
get them. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get to that, and you will own a copy of the Drought. Don't worry.
Definitely.
Hear more. Yeah, we are kind of also working on the second album now, and I'm pleased to say that we have like 4 demos. How about that?
Already.
And another thing that I want to do is actually until the end of the year, I want to put one more something out. I want to release one little thing, maybe a single. But you'll hear all about it. It was at the final Tilburg show. Yeah, the final show is on DVD, and it was a great show. It was a great evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a good time.
Yeah.
We would
And,
love to be in Berlin again. Yes, in
Berlin.
Sweden or somewhere else.
Musik in Frieden. Yeah, we played there.
Multiple times.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
And also, what the Postbahnhof Club.
Yeah, that was with a Formis.
Formis. Yeah, that's a nice. That's a nice little place.
Yeah, that was a lovely place, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, and playing live, we as a band, kind of, we were talking about this. Okay, live. I mean, don't we need a second guitar player? Do you got people at home? Do you think we should get a second guitar player
Or not.
for live shows, or should I just Van Halen it?
Van Halen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah,
Always
we we discussed this a few times in the band, and I guess we're going, just the four of us, and I'm just gonna Van Halen the shit out of it.
Or the Pantera, the shit out.
Or that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh,
Second guitar would be cool, to be honest.
I was just kind of, these songs are really, well, they're not extremely layered. But there's a lot of information, but I guess I can work it out, just on one guitar. There is a way, of course, there is a way. It's just if we want to go and do it like this.
Can we get a choir then as well for my vocal parts?
I'd love to get a choir. I'd love to get a choir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So, I guess this brings us to the end of this, and there goes Robin.
Oh,
And
hey.
there's Robin.
Oh, he's on the other side, ladies and gentlemen. It's a magic trick.
There he is.
My internet
get
is
it
super wacky.
Oh my
Your internet decided you want to be on the other side of the screen.
Yeah, I
The
think
thing is,
so.
we
It's
are recording
slightly disturbing.
videos.
Yeah. I want to say one more thing.
One.
No, two things.
Oh.
The people who are listening to our songs actually since November, I don't have any ideas who you guys are, and I don't know. I and I don't want to know. I do. And
Please no.
thank you.
Robin.
This is great, and
Yeah.
and I saw that quite a few people bought the digital copy through Bandcamp.
Very
Thank
cool.
you very much. I mean,
Yeah,
thank
how
you.
the hell did you hear of us? I mean, so I don't know. I don't know what to say about that.
Well, the only thing I know what to say is please promote the shit out of us.
Yeah.
Tell about us.
Yeah,
And thank
tell
you.
the world about us, because I mean, I can talk for another hour about the new Facebook algorithm.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we can
if I'm
have a
posting
big ass
something,
discussion, and poof, we went out.
yeah. But if I'm posting something and we have like 2,000 followers or 1,000 followers, it doesn't matter. Only 100 of you will see it. This is how it works.
Yeah.
So
Nowadays.
share our shit. Don't be a dick. Okay?
Let the people know about us.
Yeah.
Let them know about the sexiness
Robin is a
of this
wizard.
guy
Yeah, Robin is still a wizard.
and his glass.
String section. Before we wrap it up, anyone at home would like to say anything? I mean, is there,
Like
are
ask questions.
any burning questions? Anyone? I mean,
Quirting predictions.
let's see.
But we have a little delay in the recording and when it comes on Facebook. So yes.
Okay, Twitch. I've been fiddling with that idea, but this is nice. I like doing this, but I wanna. Most of our crowd is actually on Facebook, not on Instagram. Shit, definitely not on Twitch, but it's a nice platform, and I would like to do it sometimes. But I don't want to be like I don't want us to stream like a big on Twitch like regularly because we're just not that cool. As simple as that.
Or too old school.
We're not that cool.
Well,
We're not.
it
So, any burning questions before I send everybody here to bed?
Here's someone who says, I'm happy you guys exist and love you all. Bart mentioned you guys on Twitch. That's the first time I heard about Crown Compass. Yeah.
Ah,
Thanks,
That's
Bart.
love, man. That's love.
yeah. So, and it's important to say also because there were questions about textures here.
Yeah.
We're still the same group of friends, with Robin and Yuma and also Timon and the guys from Textures. These are people who grew up together, basically. It's the same musical family, the way I see it. So to start another band, which consists of people of that group, seems to be like a natural thing. Why wouldn't it work? Let's see. We have another. Someone on the line.
I was really sad when Texas Xavier split. It's a real pleasure to discover this new album.
Glad
Great.
you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Sweet.
much.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. And
You've already said it.
let's see. When? After the summer.
Yeah. And what Joe already stated is that, like, most of the shows which were planned way before COVID were all pushed back. So in the end, that means that there aren't any real spots for us to play earlier. And on the other hand, the stuff is just too damn fucking difficult. So we need to do some preparation.
We have to practice.
No, but it's funny, because when will the album's out, we're gonna get some dates, and then we're gonna start rehearsing. The amount of rehearsals is we're gonna have only a few rehearsals.
A limited number of heartbeats.
A limited number of rehearsals.
Rehearsals, yeah.
Yeah, limited number of rehearsals.
It's not like we're not gonna rehearse now for half a year until we.
No.
It's gonna get tight. We're gonna do like 6 rehearsals, and we get, and then it's a go, because I believe in us.
I believe in us.
We are in this. Without sucking my own cock here, we're in this stage of where we are. If we can play it at home, we can play it in rehearsal.
Yeah.
See what I did here? Came out as a joke.
Damn.
So we'll be playing live at the end of the year. Will you tour only 4 of you, or maybe with help? One. Well, we already.
I'm gonna Van Halen the shit out of this.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be
4 of us. Yeah.
one guitar player, and that's it. And I was insecure about playing this all this stuff on my own, but the guys convinced me.
Yeah.
Sure.
Because the guy can play, but
It's rock and roll, son.
It's rock and roll, and I thought live is gonna sound different. Fuck it. Well, good. Then it's gonna be different live.
send your words.
Best
Definitely.
album.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Which song are the singles probably and
Seashells.
Seashells.
Seashells on the Sand.
Yeah, Seashells at least like
At least
3
enough
times.
time to drink my beer.
We can just play it like before we play limited. That's like the obvious thing to do. Or like before we start playing, then we just put on Send Your Words, and then we open with Ecdysis. I mean, the show set basically writes itself.
Yeah. So yeah.
I'll be fine.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the people who sticked around for the last few months.
Yeah.
We've been teasing this music for quite a while, and we are very happy that we can finally share it with you. Thanks for listening again, and thanks for buying. We'll get CDs and merch. You know, we'll get cracking on that.
We'll get crack as well.
We'll get cracking, and we'll buy. There's a guy behind the supermarket right here, you know, and he sells crack.
And
so he will help me to get
crystal
some
meth.
Yeah, and where there's merch, there's crack.
There's crystal meth.
Oh wow.
Okay, I'm gonna. We need to go to bed because you know somebody need to milk those horses.
Yeah.
This is Joe and Daniel and Robin.
Daniel here.
And Yuma went to bed like around 45 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a lovely weekend, and let's finish this fucking war. You know, let's wrap it up tomorrow, please. Huh? Can we do that?
Please. Please.
Much love, and you'll hear from us.
Definitely.
See you around.
Thank you very much.
Crack compass.
All right.
Yes.
Or crack compass or clown cashew.
Also nice.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much.
On this positive note, I'll just send everybody to bed. All right.
All right.
Take
Good
care.
night.
Cheers.